Hello, I'm the narrator. We've been doing this podcast since January, so I apologize. I'm just now getting these episodes up and beginning to spread out our horizons, as they've only been on SoundCloud and a private website until now. Now we're going to start sharing them to the world. This started out with myself getting bored a long time ago during a stage show. I had been telling myself for a while that I would do this, and so here we are. I'll try to post most of our shows, but some may not make it. All music and scripts have been created by me. I've spent countless hours and a lot of money into getting this show up and running. Now I bring you our third show. One last thing. You'll hear this in later episodes of Frequency Drift, but I was clearly inspired by 1930s and 40s radio dramas, so yes, it is supposed to sound like the way it does. Alright, here we go. Retrospection Radio presents Come in and join us for a tale. Welcome, I'm Noah Martin. Today we'll meet an older gentleman nearing the end of his days, trying to forget what happened in his life. This show was featured in the 2015-2016 edition of Epiphany and has been adapted for radio audiences. Join us as we reflect on a man's life in CJAM.
Thanks, love.
You're welcome, sir. Say, you sure you're okay to drive?
Oh, I'm fine. I haven't had anything to drink.
That's not what I'm worried about. A man your age, alone, you should be with someone.
I used to be, but those times are long gone.
Well, just be careful on your way home. It's raining outside, and I don't want anything to happen to you. You are my favorite customer.
Don't worry, I'll be okay. Have a good day, love.
You too, sir.
I'll see you again tomorrow. Same time, same meal. Blasted hands. Shaking. Oh, there we go.
Hey, old man! Get out of my neighborhood!
What the? It's a bunch of kids drinking and driving, throwing beer bottles. Hey, you firebrand, stop that!
We do what we please.
You're gonna hurt someone!
Shut up and eat your oatmeal, old man. Oh, balls! Go! Go, drive, Randy! It's the fuzz!
Those kids, they could hurt someone. Don't they know what they're doing? Don't they know their dangers? Don't they understand their lives could end in an instant?
The next day, the old man returned to the diner and ordered the same meal. The waitress happily brought the same meal as the night before, chicken noodle soup.
Don't you ever get tired of this?
Can't say I ever have.
Will you ever get tired of this?
Can't say I ever will. Mind if I have a coffee also?
A change in drink?
Yes, love, a change in drink. Said I wouldn't get tired of eating the same thing every day. Doesn't mean I don't mind a different drink.
Well, soon before you know it, perhaps you will actually decide to change what you order. Let me get a coffee for you.
Thanks, love. I hope those kids from last night are okay. The decisions they've made now can impact them for the rest of their lives. Hopefully the cop got them and put an end to their escapades.
Wouldn't you know?
Gail?
Hello, sweetie.
But I thought... Aren't you... No, it has to be my eyes playing tricks on me.
Honey, you were a kid like that once, wreaking havoc on the town. You and I did it together. Don't you remember?
Gail, I...
Don't forget, you can't judge others harshly for actions you've done in your own life. Remember the time when we went 70 on the 40 highway?
But I was a young fool then.
We still crashed.
Now I know I can help them. Maybe even save them. Besides, that was a backcountry road.
But whose life are you living? Yours or theirs? It's rhetorical. You're living yours. Honey, you can only control your own actions in life.
I know.
So then why were you trying to control others?
Because I can save them!
You're old. There's not a lot you can do anymore. Sure, in your youth you could save them, but now? Look, I'm always here for you. Just know you can only control your own actions in life.
But you're...
Here you go, sir. Your coffee.
Thanks, love.
No problem. Have a good night.
Wait. She's gone? Excuse me, did you see a woman here just a minute ago when you walked up?
Who? No.
There was a woman sitting here.
Sir, you've been here alone all night.
Yes, of course. It must be time to take my medicine or something. Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too, sir. Same time tomorrow? Sir?
Huh? Yeah, same time.
Till tomorrow, then.
Till tomorrow. I can't believe she's gone. I can't believe I saw her. How was she? I don't understand. I've got to go. Oh.
It's the old man again, guys.
Just ignore them. Grab your keys.
Won't you just die? We're sick of seeing you around, old man. Just go vote Republican one last time and rot.
Son, you ever hear anything about respecting your elders?
Yeah, but that quote doesn't say anything about respecting dust, does it?
I'm gonna shove my size 10.
I hope you choke on your oatmeal, old man. Randy, hit the gas!
Our youth are so disrespectful nowadays. Is this how their parents raised them?
It's not entirely their fault.
You're back. How?
They're taught you have to succeed no matter what. A's. Always. You have to pass everything, be a part of 3 clubs, no study halls, play a sport, maintain a social life, all while running on 3 hours of sleep. Some people simply can't handle it.
When I was their age...
When we were their age, we didn't have to worry about all of this. When we were their age, we could simply work summers and pay for all of college. Now they can save money all their life and not even be able to afford 1 semester of college.
I didn't realize.
Most people don't realize. They don't understand that teenagers can't handle the stress everyone puts on them. That's why they're the way they are. That's why you don't like them.
I don't not like them. They're just lazy.
They're not. With all the activities they do, they don't have time for free time. Or if they perhaps do get free time or a free day, they spend it on TV or video games or, in this case, hanging out with their friends.
Do you think it would have been different if...
Yes, I think it would have been. You've grown sour in your old age. You wouldn't have been if you had gotten to.
I feel like I should go.
I feel like you should too.
What happened to the old man to cause him to become so bitter in his age? Well, I'll tell you. In Act 2. Meanwhile, the old man goes to the dock and boards a boat heading to an island he had visited with Gale many years before. He walked to the front door of the building. He smiled as he placed his hand on the door, remembering Gale. He had taken her out on a night very much like this, stormy, windy, alive. He remembered her laugh, her cry, her smile. He opened the door and greeted the young gentleman at the counter. But before we continue, a message from our sponsors. Ever been out on the town one night and just decide you need a tattoo? Ever been too scared to get said tattoo? Well, now you don't have to be with the back laser tattoo. Now you can tattoo yourself. The BLT comes equipped with pain sensory technology that makes sure it does not hurt. It also comes with its own personal handheld mirror, so you can make sure that your tattoo is perfect. Warning, BLT is not responsible for any broken mirrors, misspelled or created tattoos or pain sensory malfunctions causing intense searing pain or refunds. Enjoy your BLT today!
Hello.
Hello.
I'd like a private ferry to Lover's Island, please.
On a night like tonight? It's not very safe.
It's urgent.
Well, it's not raining yet. Payment, sir?
Cash. Here.
I'll take you down to the island. You know, it's nights like tonight that remind me of the one time I went out with my girlfriend to prom. It was supposed to rain, but it never did. Instead, it ended up clearing up.
Serenity, I call to thee. Bring me thy open and calming arms so that I may endure this island alone. It's been a long time.
Here we are, sir.
Thank you.
There's a radio over in the shed. When you wish to come back, give me a radio. I'll be on all night. I have to say, though, I'm not sure why you want to be here. No camping gear or anything. The only man-made things on the island are this here dock and that shed. There are a few chairs in there, too, if you wish to set up.
Thank you.
Be careful round here. Right, well, guess I'll get going.
The cool sand on my feet, the water advancing and receding as my footsteps disappear in it behind me. It'll rain tonight.
We walked this beach 1,000,000 times.
If I were younger, I'd be running right now. Running to our spot.
You're not younger.
Reality is cruel.
You always chased me on this beach, like a schoolboy.
Your laughter still echoes in the wind.
I bet it does. That's how the wind works.
Always so literal.
Do you think he would have enjoyed it?
He would have loved it.
I hope so.
Gail, She's gone again. Guess I'll have to finish this walk alone. Here we are, the spot of memories. Sinatra's serenade in the moonlight. Louis' horn trumpeting a calm tone. Welcome to the cliff, which, in my age and wisdom, sounds more settling now than when I was younger. Setting up a chair next to the cliff on a beach. What could possibly go wrong? Falling rocks?
No falling rocks, just memories. The memories of kids, teens, even adults using these rocks in the roaring heat to protect themselves from the sun. Aliens, monsters, evil bad guys, they were always on top of those rocks. Do you remember?
How could I forget?
Look at them now. What do you see?
They're standing in darkness, still casting a shadow from the moonlight, but seemingly wrong now. The heat is all gone from them now.
You've grown up. That's what happens. The mystery of childhood, it's all gone. It all fades. We climbed those rocks one time after we grew up. There were no aliens with lasers, no monsters with grisly teeth, no evil bad guys with secret plans. There was simply nothing.
Why are you here, Gail? Why now? After all these years?
I'm your wife.
But why now? You're dead, Gail. You've been dead. Why are you here now? Why do you look like you did when you were 40?
Isn't this the way I looked when you still loved me?
I've always loved you, Gail.
No, you haven't. You forgot me. You stopped honoring my memory. You stopped visiting our graves. You shut everything that happened out of your mind.
I couldn't handle it.
Why not? Why couldn't you handle it? Why couldn't you handle the single best and worst day of your entire life? All things come to an end, but there's one exception to that. Memories. Memories never end. At least they shouldn't. They shouldn't fade.
Please.
Daniel!
Please.
Daniel! Do you remember him? Do you remember your son?
Please.
Our graves. Why don't you visit us? Why don't you honor our memories? Why have you returned here now, after decades of avoiding this island? This island where you practically grew up. Do you remember us?
Yes.
We can save one.
What's happening?
The baby!
Nurse, help me out here.
I got you. Sir, please leave the room.
It was happening so fast, but I saw it. Heard it as if everyone in the room was at a snail's pace.
We're losing her.
Yes, I remember.
Sir, the nurse told you to get out of here.
The words weren't registering. I was just watching. My son. My wife.
Save the baby!
Sir, please. We need room. Back up.
I eventually complied.
Doctor!
No, we can save them.
Doctor!
I can save them!
It's nobody's fault. Not the doctors, not the nurses. Not yours, Gail. Not mine. Everything about it was entirely out of my control.
Nurse, help me! Let's see if we can bring her back!
Daniel didn't survive an hour. You died. They couldn't bring you back. No matter how hard they tried. My son was born. For a few seconds I had a family. Then it was just taken from me. All the years of his life. All the years of your life, Gail, just gone. Our perfect family, everything we dreamed of, gone. I was the sole survivor.
You remember us. Daniel and I will be waiting for you when you find your serenity.
Gail, where did you go? Gail, don't leave me. Don't leave me again, Gail. Gail, I need you, please. I love you.
I'll be back with Act 3 shortly, but first, do you like radio shows? Do you enjoy podcasts? Perhaps you enjoy acting or voiceover work. If you said yes to any of the above, then Retrospection Radio is for you. You can audition for a part right here on Retrospection Radio. Join us next month for... Oh, I almost gave it away. Oops. Stay tuned to the end of the show for news about our next show. And now, a dramatic conclusion to Seachem.
The water is ice, chilling to the bone, like death. Gail, please, I can't anymore. Gail, I miss you. Rain? Gail, I miss you. Rain? Are you joining me, God? Are you weeping for what has been lost? Or are you crying tears of laughter at me, mocking our mortal lives and circumstances, knowing as a God does that none of this will matter? Well, it matters to me. At least I'm not alone anymore. Now that the tide is rising? God dare the ocean come to attend the funeral of an already dead man?
The old man was freezing. His body was soaked with God's own tears. His mind was soaked with the memories of his past. The man had never found another love. What was the point? He had never gotten over what happened. For a while, he blamed himself for their deaths. Gail had provided Daniel love and care for 9 months. There was no way she could have changed anything. Then it was all over. This had upset the man more. He stopped going to work. Tell me, what is the point in working when everything you ever wanted was taken away from you? How do you go on? How do you live? Eventually, the man found joy in gardening. He took up this new hobby and founded the Gail and Daniel Community Garden. It started with 1 man, then 2. Then old Billy Barter's wife joined, and they sold fresh fruits from a stand during a parade. Then they moved up. They got more and more members and moved on to bigger and better objectives. City parks, community gardens, anything that could be gardened, all for free, all around town. The man was honored and became a local celebrity around town. Everyone knew his name. Then one day, his hands had sharp pains spiking through them. Arthritis. His days of gardening were done. He quickly faded away, forgotten about. His parks were replaced with cafes and common city buildings.
The water's up to my waist. The tears of angels are flooding the beach. And I'm just here on my knees, crying. What's that in the distance? The darkness is beginning to fade. The sun is rising like a lone soldier, rushing into an onslaught. Knowing that nothing of what would happen next, the battle to proceed. Yet every day the sun defeats the moon. Every day the sun brings new light, hope that today could be different. And it does it selflessly, fighting this unstoppable darkness so that people may have hope and light in their lives. My chair is soaked, the tide has come in, and the sun is rising. And what's that? Shimmering in the early morning light? It appears to be some sort of gem, a blue gem, sitting atop a mound of sand, and a crab scurrying by. It must have been too dark last night for me to have seen this. I'm not too old. I'm not too old to remember.
Memory is all we have left of someone. They say we forget the sound of their voice first, then what they look like. But memories, what you did with them, those last forever. The nights spent up late talking, the nights confiding in friends, your crushes. Weddings, vacations, deaths, births. We hope you've enjoyed Retrospection's production of CGEM. Stay tuned for Monsters of May, beginning next month, kicking off our spooky summer.